We're a community reporting team, and Rochdale Council have asked us to make this film to show a different way of working. When organisations and their staff enable communities to achieve their aims, the results can be phenomenal. We want to show real-life examples of this community-led, system-enabled approach. This is Andy. He's our community reporter, and today he's out in Rochdale.
I just love talking to people and seeing what they've been up to and how people change in their life. And we're making a film here today for Live Well. Community wealth, community power, community teams. We are starting our journey here to find out what happens when you give a building over to local creatives.
It's gorgeous, and I love that create change. Yeah, I think yeah. So in here we have a filmmaker, visual artist. So it's really varied the disciplines of artists that call Richard Street their place of work, which we love.
This is Richard Street Studio, an example of community wealth.
I call this the Instagrammable staircase because once people visit here...
Parvez is from Breaking Barriers, a production company that was given a chance to run the old building.
So when they approached lots of creative organisations, we said, what do you need? And we said, look, we don't have a base. You know, we'd love a place where we could call home. We'd love a rehearsal space. We'd love a place where other artists could be. They were looking for someone to run it as in like artists and creatives. So it would be run by a business. It would be a space for creatives, run for creatives. Jodie Ratcliffe, our executive producer.
All of our projects are co-created, so they're all made with community at the heart. Rather than us being the ones that are the gatekeepers, give it to the people whose space this is.
Community wealth to me is about offering an opportunity to an organisation like Breaking Barriers, which is so heavily invested in Rochdale, an opportunity, a platform, a place to actually call home, to start art and culture in a place, but then you can resonate and take it much further.
We have, in the last 4 years, grown from an organisation of 2 people that does a couple of projects a year to an organisation that now employs local people, that is able to have, you know, emerging creatives working alongside us.
We would be here if we didn't have this space.
This is a creation centre.
When you give people a base and a bit of power, they share that with others, and the power grows. That's what we saw with the next group we visit. Hiya. We're Elephant's Trail. Hiya. We're not as good, we're better than BBC. These are women from backgrounds where often they have no power. But by giving them agency, they was able to design a service what was right for them.
We know there are a lot of food pantries in Middleton, but we also recognize the fact that we have African families, Asian families who need cultural food, and they told us months ago that they wanted cultural food. And we're lucky to get funding from Action Together to supply this. We have Iwisa for those from East Africa. Then we have our rice, we have the agege bread. The way they suggested the African Food Bank, that is happening now, that's community power. Giving them that voice, giving them the strength, the encouragement to say, this is exactly what we want.
There's power in getting your own family. We are migrants, so most of our families may not be around, but you can't build family within your community. Encouraging one another, telling another woman, you know what, I've been through this road, you know, I've been here before. If I can get through it, you can get through it.
I feel very isolated, I feel very lonely, until somebody told me about Wonderfully Made Woman. And the first time I went there, I came home, I met my people. We know each other, we know each other's stories. We don't hold back. We say it from the heart. And in our sharing, we help and support each other.
Above all, effective community work involves teamwork. Darnell has had some instance with young people and violence. All the neighbourhoods are coming together, there's a lot of teamwork involved kind of thing with all different services. So bringing all the services together to kind of help all the people on here is a good thing. There's a lot of work going on community based down there.
He was involved with the police. They was the ones who'd been permanently excluded from school, so they was constantly feeling rejection, I suppose, those young people, that group of young people. And what we've done here is we've provided that space where it's open to them. We don't judge them. So it is a Greater Manchester approach, and we have been really lucky that they have recognised the need. We had a nice pot of money that was delivered into Downhill, and we've created an alliance with that money. So what we've got is a variety of organisations who all work together. What we've done with the alliance is we've looked at all the different areas. So we've got the mentoring, we've got creative work going on, we've got sport and physical activity, we've got education and training opportunities and careers opportunities, and us all coming together and offering a different element that supports each other's work is really helpful.
So we're working with the young people to get them involved in arts and creativity. We're making zines with them.
You look beautiful.
So little handmade books that you make from scratch with paper, and it can be about basically any topic that you want. So we had conversations about obsessions. What were the young people obsessed about? And we've got two very big Justin Bieber fans here, so that's what we've been working on. He's got some catchy tunes.
They just dive into it in ways that other kids don't, which is really interesting to me. Like a lot of these things seem on the outside for young people especially that they can't do them, or that either from their skills or from their background that it's closed to them. But if you bring that sort of stuff into this sort of space and just show them that they can do a little bit, they always surprise themselves. It just gives them a bit of confidence that they can rely on later, years later down the line.
I think when they challenge you, what they're really saying is like, can you handle me at my worst? When you see them at the worst and you kind of accept them at the worst, they start wanting to take part and to open up and to be a bit more active and involved.
Before, she'd be going in the woods or she'd be hanging about with different people who she shouldn't be hanging about with. It's a lifesaver for me. She's under send and everything now, and it gives her something to do. Okay. And it really controls her, you know, instead of her being aggressive and everything like that. She's absolutely brilliant. Every Tuesday when she comes here, she's fantastic.
Sharing power is not always easy, but we've seen how sharing power, wealth and teamwork can go so far. Can we imagine what Rochdale would be like if we all shared lots of it?
Imagine we have our own space where there is no restriction of the number of people that can come in.
We can't do stuff alone, really, let's be honest. We need support. We need people like you who live well. We need that community power.
It's quite a radical act to say, no, this is ours, this is everybody's, everybody can use this space. We have I suppose, a responsibility to open up people's opportunities.
It's great to see that there's a foundation now and there's a start, and it would be nice to know that we've got some more kind of longer term support, and from that we can really kind of structure and develop the work going forward.
It's challenging, but when you pull it off, it's a class feeling.
As we're signing off here and we're wrapping up, it just feels important to say that, you know, this movement's all about like empowering and enabling communities, and we believe a big part of that is giving them the opportunity to tell their own stories. So really we just want to acknowledge the fact that we've been entrusted and we've been supported to do that on this occasion, and we feel like that might actually probably be like one of the really good examples of these themes that we've been talking into, you know. So we wanted to end on that note with a lot of gratitude and a lot of optimism for the future. What do these examples make you think about your role in a more community-led approach? What might you do differently? And what would you need to work in this new way?